Most people have heard that autism is a spectrum, and yet I'd be willing to wager that the average person, though obviously not everyone, when they picture someone with autism, they either think of a troubled savant like Rain Man, or maybe a kid that they're personally, or at least generally familiar with, who was very disruptive and seriously struggled in elementary school. But those types of people have what we'd call level 3 autism. If you're unfamiliar, yes, there are different levels of autism, and that's a clinically recognized thing that's also well accepted within the autistic community. Unlike saying that someone has severe autism or is only a little autistic. That is not really how it works, and many consider that kind of terminology offensive. The three different levels of autism are defined according to the level of support that a specific person requires. A level 3 autistic person needs a substantial amount of support and accommodations to navigate the neurotypical world, whereas someone with level 2 autism requires less, but still a moderate amount of support. Then there are autistic people that require relatively little support to successfully navigate their way through life. They tend to struggle socially as children, but often through careful study of their peers and continuous concerted effort to emulate them, these people can successfully mask and present as neurotypical. They can grow up to live very normal lives, and despite usually having significant internal struggles related to masking their natural autistic tendencies, to the outside world, it can appear as though they are as happy and well-adjusted as anyone else. They aren't identified and put into special needs classes. In fact, many even excel academically and end up on advanced educational trajectories. They often go to college, date, have meaningful romantic relationships, even end up getting married and having kids of their own. In many cases, they themselves don't even have any inkling that they're different, besides a very deep-seated and perhaps even subconscious sense that many aspects of life simply appear so much easier for everyone else when they have to expend so much mental energy to just deal with certain parts of everyday life. It's apparently becoming a more and more common experience that these people never question their own lived experience until one of their children starts exhibiting some social or emotional difficulties as toddlers or young children before they've learned to mask. And their teachers or pediatricians, who are so much more familiar with the symptomology and the breadth of the autism spectrum than we were a generation ago, suggest that perhaps the child should be screened for ASD. The unknowingly autistic parent may even push back against this notion, insisting that they had similar issues at the same age and that it's simply something you grow out of. But if they're open-minded enough to start looking into it, they soon find themselves starting a long journey of self-discovery. In case it wasn't obvious already, I am one such person. Despite having obviously lived with it for my entire life, even struggling with comorbidities such as dermatillomania, it wasn't until I was 35 years old that I seriously started looking into what autism spectrum disorder can look like outside of how it's presented in popular media.